A dense forest, complete darkness. The sound of rustling winds and chirping crickets filled the air. That night, 3 friends, Jake, Ryan, and Lucas, were heading toward an old mansion. Rumor had it that anyone who entered the mansion at night never returned. But the friends thought it was just an urban legend. As they reached the mansion's entrance, a cold gust of wind greeted them. Jake joked, "Maybe the ghost is inviting us in for tea." They all laughed and stepped inside. The mansion's interior was filled with an eerie smell. Faint handprints marked the walls and dark red stains resembling blood spotted the floor. Lucas whispered, "Something's definitely off here." Suddenly, a loud noise echoed through the hall. Startled, they turned around. An old clock had fallen and shattered. Ryan quipped, "Maybe the clock's trying to tell us it's time to leave." But just then, a door creaked open on its own. The 3 exchanged nervous glances and cautiously moved toward it. Beyond the door was a dark tunnel. Jake said, "Let's see where this leads." As they ventured into the tunnel, faint whispers began to fill the air, as if someone far away was calling them. Ryan turned on his phone's flashlight. On the walls, they saw something scrawled. "If you want to live, don't look back." The 3 froze in fear but continued forward. At the end of the tunnel, they found a large room. In the center stood an old wooden chair, and on the chair sat a figure wearing a strange mask. Lucas, his voice trembling, asked, "Who are you?" The figure chuckled softly and said, "You've come too late. Now you can't leave." With that, the figure vanished. Suddenly, screams erupted from all directions. Ryan panicked and ran toward the door, but it had slammed shut. Shadows began emerging from the corners of the room, slowly creeping toward them. Jake shouted, "Run!" As they tried to escape, Ryan tripped and fell. He screamed, "Help me!" Jake and Lucas tried to pull him up, but it felt as if an invisible force was dragging him away. In the end, Jake and Lucas barely managed to escape through the door. But when they looked back, the mansion had disappeared. There was no trace of Ryan. They returned home but told no one about what had happened. From that night on, Jake and Lucas's lives were never the same. In the dead of night, they often hear a haunting voice whisper, "You've come too late. Now you can't leave."